are 5 steps to coping ahead. First, you describe a problem situation. Using your mindfulness what skills of description, you describe a problem situation for which you are worried about coping well. Once you have described the situation, check the facts to be sure that the problem you perceive would be an actual problem. If it is a problem, name the emotions and urges likely to interfere with using your skills. Next, decide what skills to use. Decide what coping or problem-solving skills you want to use in this situation. Be specific. Write them out in detail. You may need to use problem-solving skills to figure out how to cope effectively. Mindfulness, distress tolerance, and interpersonal effectiveness skills may also be useful. Third, visualize a situation. Imagine the situation in your mind as vividly as possible. Be sure you yourself are in the situation, not watching the situation. Imagine in the present tense, not the future or the past. Next, rehearse coping effectively in your mind. What you can do to cope includes your actions, your thoughts, what you say, and how you say it. Last, practice relaxation after rehearsing. If you're having trouble using imagery, you may be a primary verbal person. If this is the case, rehearse verbally in your mind, going over the strategies that you will use. It's great to give yourself subvocal instructions on what to do, like you have someone speaking in your ear, guiding your speech. Let's say I am afraid of public speaking. To reduce the fear, I start doing as much public speaking as I can possibly find opportunity for, reassuring myself that there's no danger of people laughing at me, or getting up and leaving, or finding me boring. When this doesn't work, because frankly, not everyone is interested in the same things or has the attention span to stay through a talk or public speaking engagement, I ask myself, what's the threat? I realize that telling myself no one will leave and everyone is interested in me is avoiding the threat. Next, I imagine myself public speaking and every single person in the audience laughing and then getting up and leaving because they're bored. I imagine that I continue talking even as the room completely empties out. I notice that the fear comes down a lot but isn't quite down to zero, so I ask myself again, what's the threat? And I realize that the primary fear is that people will leave me and I will never be taken seriously. I then radically accept that some people won't take me seriously and people will leave. After much practicing radical acceptance of this fact, my fears drop away and I feel equipped to speak my truth and share whatever it is I would like to publicly share whenever the opportunity presents itself. That radical acceptance is an example that allows me to imagine the event ending with me in a peaceful state. It can be useful to end visualization practice with a behavior that solves the problem or provides a problem-positive outcome for yourself or others. Fantasy can also be used. I remember when I was feeling very single and a bit afraid to get back out into the dating pool, I imagined that I was in a relationship with Bradley Cooper. It was amazing. Part of me got back out there because who knows, maybe Bradley is looking. I couldn't want to miss him. It's important to figure out what the emotional cue is in the situation. This is particularly true when the emotion is fear. Often people misperceive what they are actually afraid of. So we work on accumulating positive emotions, building mastery, and coping ahead.